Good afternoon. This is the Transit Advisory Committee. Meetings on Wednesday, August 21st at 1 p.m. Now 1:09 p.m. City of Bisbee, Council Chambers, 915 South Toberville Road, Bisbee, Arizona. This is a regular meeting. We'll have roll call. We don't have Bisbee citizen or local business. Rita Smith, senior citizen rep.
Here.
We don't have a local disability committee member. Connie?
Here.
Yes, okay. Noel's not here. Lorena Valdez?
Here.
Chris Vertrees is not here. Jessica?
Here.
Hello? Okay. Marisa is not. City Benson, Marisa is not here. Angel Love from Wilcox?
Here.
Okay, thank you. And Gerald is sick, you said? Okay. He's absent. Anna Klein, City Councilor, is not here. Myself, Matthew Gurney, City Bisbee Liaison, Public Works Director. And Logan is not here. And Jesse from ADOT is not here as well. Okay. We have no call to the public, so we'll move on. Item 1 is approve the minutes of the March 12th, 2024 meeting, and that is attached is underneath. If you want to review and if there's any questions, we can discuss that, or we can move forward.
I move to approve the minutes.
Do we have a second?
No second.
Okay, so we have a motion by Jessica. And a second. Rita. All approved, say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Okay. Approval of the minutes is passed. Thank you.
I'm sorry, this is Amy. I have a quick question.
Yes.
The agenda I'm looking at for today says approval minutes from March 12th, 2024. The minutes that were attached.
Oh. Yeah, you are correct.
Oh, sorry.
So, thank you.
I thought maybe I was different out there.
No. So Jessica, you want to approve for May 12th?
Yeah. I approve with the correction of May 15th.
No, thank you.
The minutes.
And Rita, you still
Sure.
second? Okay. And all approve that? Aye. Nay? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Angel,
Thank you, Angel.
for that catch.
You bet, I was confused.
I did not catch that one. Okay, so we'll go over to move to item 2, unless there's any questions for item 1. So we have the those that are here have the financial statements for the Bisbee Bus Fund. We can see the last line item on the top is proposed, which was approved by council back in June for this current fiscal budget. And this is, and we haven't had an update from July yet of where we are. So this is why we just have what was proposed. Usually I would have that, but we don't have that yet as of this meeting. So we just show, overall what was budgeted for Seago Transportation, the bus local share, the federal share, and the transfer from general fund to balance and the budget for this. And so the top is the revenues coming in, and the bottom section are the expenses that were budgeted for, that we were expecting for this 2024-25 fiscal year. Any questions or comments?
Fiscal year's the end of June.
End of June, yep. Usually, on a monthly budget, like when we have our next meeting, it'll show, how much is spent, as of when that financial, was done, so. And you can see, what they was expected to, we were expected to end with last fiscal year in June. And then you can see the different years beforehand, 23-24, 22-23, and 21-22. Kind of see, what we've, gone through in the past, what we've done in the past years.
And the capital expenditures are for,
Anything over $3,000. That's a single item.
it's a big jump. Is it new bus stops or new buses?
This year, we don't have anything in that. In the past, I think it might have been some bus
That's
shelters.
80,000.
Yeah.
Oh, that's 23, 24.
Yeah, that's not this year.
I got it. That's why the big jump.
And out of that 80, they estimated that we would only use 36 of that.
Oh.
If you see on the bottom.
Yep,
So,
sorry, I'm there.
okay. Any questions or comments, or, anything that people, anything, anyways. All right, are we good to move on to item 3? We'll move on to item 3, which is the Transit 5339 grant for purchasing a new bus. Lorena, you wanna get an overview of that?
So it's due, the grant is due on the 29th of August, and I almost have it complete. We're only applying for a new bus. Our other grant, we did request one, so we just did through the maintenance. So hopefully, who knows?
So you didn't apply for one in the 5311?
No,
So
it's just this one.
So now they're advising everybody not to apply on the 11th,
To do it on the
to wait till the 39th.
Have you had a chance to review it?
I've been out, I'll tell you right
Oh,
now. I
okay.
just got back, this is written.
Oh,
Lorena, this is Angel.
yes.
How much was the quote for your bus? Is it a cutaway or a larger one, or?
It was a cutaway bus. It was for 178. So we increased 13% of that. So it came out to 200 and some. Because of, it increases by the time we get the bus, we have to get a new bill sheet. Usually it's higher.
Is that through, Model One?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, okay, all right. Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
How many seats does that have?
It's 16 plus the two,
Handicap.
the two wheelchair.
Yeah, all right, thank you.
Mhm.
We were looking at first to include a shade structure, but for this we decided just to do the bus, hoping it would have a better chance. Just do that, and then maybe next year look at doing the shade structure for the
Yeah.
buses.
Yeah, because our buses are on the open, so
Yeah,
they're not really protected.
yeah. So
Hopefully
they get
this-
sun a lot. Any questions on the grant or suggestions?
I'm sorry, this was Angel.
Yeah.
Our bus shelter that we applied for back in 2022, we had to do an environmental study, even though it's right behind our police station. And the poles were only going down 2 feet, it problem, but since we're going down 3, we had to do the environmental package for the FTA. And, it's still on hold, I guess it's still at the FTA level, because there's been turnover up there. So,
Well, that's
So
good
if
to
you
know.
do 2 feet, you don't have to do the environmental thing?
well, you know, it's in the back of our police station where all that ground's been disturbed.
Mm.
So that's how I understood it to be.
Yeah, so it depends on the engineer that designs it. We'll-
Right.
So something we'll need to work on between now and the next round, we'll have to work on having an engineer to design it,
Yeah,
or
but
a
that was from
company.
2022's, 5339, so that's how long it's been sitting.
Oh, wow.
I think, I'm gonna say we turned in the paperwork, here, maybe back in February or so. It was this year, but it's been several months and it's still sitting up at the FTA.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is yours going to be a built one, or is it one, you know, like those carports that they sell? 'Cause that's what I was gonna buy.
Where you work.
Yeah, it's gonna be a built one, I think. They're gonna sink the legs in and then put the tin on it.
Oh, okay, so it is the same.
But yeah. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Any questions on that? I think that's all on the grant.
Any questions? Okay. We'll move on to item 4, which is bus status and disposal. So we have a total of 6.
We have 7 buses,
Seven,
and 3
yeah.
have been passed for disposal.
Yeah, so 3 of them range from back in 2014, 2015, I believe.
The 2009 buses.
Oh, to the,
2 2009 and 1 2000.
okay, yeah, that's right, the 20. Okay,
2 9s and 1.
2 9s.
and 115, yeah. So,
They're all having engine problems.
yeah, so we're looking to get rid of those, and we don't usually want to keep that many in the, that we own, so we want to try and keep it down to like 4 for the system.
So Jesse did give us, he found
Yes.
all the paperwork and he sent it to the MVD for release of the leases. And then once we get that, then we can auction them
For the release of the liens.
of the lease, I'm sorry.
Yes. Yeah, so we're working through ADOT on that, trying to get that process going. Any questions on, on that, on disposal? So, you wanna
On the status of the buses?
of what we have?
Yeah,
What
we
we're
have
keeping?
4 buses. We have, the oldest is 2014, bus 402. That one is currently in Sierra Vista getting a windshield, and then from there it's gonna go to the Sierra Vista garage to get the air conditioning fixed. And then 403, that's 2017, I believe. That one right now has a problem with the bolts coming out of the panels, and the exit and there was an exit sign on the door, and it popped off the other day and hit somebody, so I have it in my office to get a new one. But, so that one, it's old also, but we need to get that stuff repaired.
What
It's
number
still
is that?
usable, 403.
403.
Bus 278 just got a check engine light, that it turned on, so our mechanic's gonna, get to that one, and that one has a recall. So I don't send the recalls until we have backup buses that they can drive, but that was gonna be a little bit. And then the new bus is 198.
What year is it, 2008?
The 278 is a 2021. This last one, we just got it last year, 2023.
And that
The
was-
198. And that one's up and running. That's the one we had an issue with Ford and Tucson. We sent it up to, on warranty work. They didn't put some bolts back in. So the bolts came off of the compressor. It tore the belt and the pulley, so we had to get all that repaired. So when we got the bolts finally, he went in to change them, and 2 of them were stuck in there. So he was able to get them out, but we thought we were gonna have to send it back, get it towed, but he got it, so it's back up and running. I did have a flat today, so we ordered tires for that one. So,
So the only ones you have working right now are the 8198?
and the 278 is still working, but the 403 is, I mean, all these are working, these three, the last three. But like I said, the 403, they have to be careful because of those bulbs. So he's getting, those are ordered already, so as soon as we get them, we're gonna get that fixed.
Okay.
And then he's gonna take the other one in to get the
To get
check engine
Okay, great.
checked. So that's the status on the buses right
Yeah,
now.
they try to get them when they switch drivers and one bus is stopping, so the guys can get it and try to work on it.
Luckily, Ford is gonna pay everything that we did on the new one, because I called them right away and I told them, and he verified that it was their fault. So he says, just send everything up and we'll pay it. So,
Yep.
thank you. Because that's a lot for a new bus.
Any questions on current bus status and disposal of those 3 buses?
That was one of my questions, and you already answered it.
Sounds good.
The other thing, Connie, on the fuel for the bus drivers, I guess Matt did put in the employee numbers for the 2 drivers that are coming to Bisbee.
Mhm.
So they can go ahead and do it with the VIN number, the last 4 on the VIN.
Yeah, they-
Last-
last 4 of the VIN,
Whatever bus they're driving.
and
And
they
then
can
they
get
can
fuel.
get fuel at the garage.
Yeah, so you don't have to go to
Oh,
Skyline.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't know they
Yeah,
were
and
there
if
until.
there's
the-
any other drivers that, you wanna have on there in
Mhm.
case, someone needs to switch, as long as I get their name and employee number, I
Mhm.
can get into the system,
Good,
because they'll use their employee number to verify who they are.
okay. So I'll let them know that, because that's one of the issues that we have sometimes is, and we're calling about in
Yeah. So that's our backup, that gas station, but, we prefer that the fuel is used at the garage.
Yeah.
I
It's
didn't
more
know they were
expensive.
already in there though. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as long as they use the last part of their VIN,
And employee number.
Employee.
employee number for you.
And unless it doesn't work and we're not here, then they could just go to the.
Yeah, so how
Do that.
it goes, yeah, you open the screen on the side of the fuel tank and you put in what type of fuel, unleaded, diesel, and then it'll ask for a vehicle number, mileage, and then employee number. So it's pretty straightforward, tells them how to do it. And if they need walk back to the vehicle to get the mileage, they can do it pretty good and get back to it and still be able to get it. Sometimes it knocks you out, but,
Okay. Well, it's always the same one, so as long as we can get to Jesus,
Uh-huh.
then we're good. And
Yeah.
then whoever comes in and drives for him, and he's the one that sort of walks into
I
it.
think Alfredo's on there and Rodolfo. They're both
Alfredo,
on.
Rodolfo, and Francis should be
Right, all three.
on here.
anything else?
I don't have any more of this.
All right, item number 5, contract with Douglas. So I went ahead, because, I went ahead and sent the paperwork to Zena, so she could get it, and then she requested another document, which Lori had already sent.
She requested, what Jesse sent us on the 5311, the letter of what we actually got for your work. So I sent it up. I said, I don't know, she wanted exhibit A, but I haven't seen exhibit A yet. So I said, I'll send you what I got. And, so I don't know if they're thinking of increasing or not, and that was Jesse's, question. Because then, I don't know if I requested enough funds for another grant.
Yeah.
That's what we had to find last time. And then we'll see. Although you had that was for
Yeah.
the
We're
contract.
supposed to be able to-
It does expire in September 30th.
All right. Any questions with contracts with Douglas? Good, okay. All right, item 6, presentation of brochure for tourists and residents, I would say, which includes the bus stops. So I know, myself, Rita, Lorena, Beth, and we went over, we started going over what we wanted to see, places we wanted to see, and then we remembered that our Bisbee Visitor Center already has a pamphlet that, they put out. And so while we were there, I reached out to, our Visitor Center director and said, hey, you know, we want to add, we've seen your pamphlet, can we add our bus stops into your pamphlet? And then we don't have to reinvent the wheel, pretty much. Rita, do you want to talk on some of it?
Yeah, and the visitor center people were awesome. Very enthusiastic and on it. And I was able to work with them a couple of times and then out of town. So it was really hard for me to review the drafts when I was in Canada looking at it. But, so I see a couple of things that I think could still be refined in future iterations, but I think it's progress. And we didn't add every stop, we added stops that were on the main drag or near what we think would be of tourist interest. And then in the legend, if you look on the page where Warren is, you see that she added the HTTP address, the web address for the bus schedule.
Where's that at?
On the same page with the Warren map.
Oh, okay.
On the top left.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
What's missing is they don't have the icon for the bus stop.
I was just gonna say that, I didn't see that.
It's not there.
It should be on the first page, on the other page, but it's not there.
I don't see any other legend.
It's right down here.
Oh, it's not there either.
But, yeah, it's still not there.
So I do think that is something that should be added, but if they've already printed it, we'll just have to go for it next time.
Oh, yeah, I can see this one. Oh, yeah.
And so this process reminded me of a couple of things that, you said, Lorena, did you have a question about just what we've done? And so
No, I said we can't see this part, maybe it's there, you think?
I think it's not the actual brochure, it's Lorena printed it.
Yeah.
And it's
she
a
couldn't-
margin
She couldn't
issue.
print it, so I did the best I could, but I couldn't reduce it, so.
It's a margin issue.
Yeah.
The actual, here's a copy of what we're replacing, and you'll see that it just, Lorena couldn't go all the way to the edge.
No.
So it
No,
got
what I'm
cut.
saying is the part you're talking about that's missing, could it be right
No.
here? No?
No, it's not there.
Okay.
They omitted it. But, so I do have a couple of things. You still were doing the bus schedule at some point?
Yes, and I
Updated?
don't know where that's at.
That's Chris.
That's
Yeah,
Chris.
Chris said that he's gonna be getting with us soon, so I just met with him in Sierra Vista
I
for.
think he said on the 5th.
He didn't say, he said it was coming up, that's all I knew.
I think he said the 5th.
Okay.
I think he said that was good for you or something.
Oh, that's right. Yes, thank you. Yes, I did say that. I forgot. So, yeah, we are gonna try to meet on the 5th. I totally forgot.
So when you do that, I would strongly encourage you to address the issue, if you look at Old Bisbee, there's 2 bus stop number 4s.
Yes, I see.
The one in front of the Lyric, there is no bus stop, so nobody knows where to stand. And it shouldn't be the same stop number for scheduling purposes, because it's not stopping in the same place.
Correct.
Would you agree?
Yes.
And so if we could fix that, I think that would be it would be good.
Property,
Huh?
right there where
Which
he
one?
stops.
Which one?
That one in front of.
The one in front of the Lyric.
Not in
No.
front of the Lyric, the other one.
Oh, the other one has a stop.
Yeah, but
Has
it's
a
private
stop,
property.
But it's private property, so I don't know.
I believe that we might have some right away in there. I'd have to check.
Because there was a complaint at one point where the bus was stopping, and it
Mhm.
was in the way of the park, and people being
Right.
parked, so,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know what the solution is, but having
Yeah.
two stop 4s is not the
Yeah.
solution.
They're gonna actually, the study is to see what they're gonna omit and what they're gonna keep as far as stops.
Those are 2 of the most important stops in town. and they're going two different ways.
Right, one's going, the
They might
lyrics
be able
going
to
up, the other
be
one's coming down.
consolidated. We'll see what.
Well, I mean, so, you know, I would love to help. I worked in transit for 20 years in Seattle, and I know no little transit, I know big transit, but I know transit. So I'm kind of squeaky wheel on that one, because I think for new users, it's confusing.
Absolutely.
What we
And,
can do
No, we
is
know
give
that.
your name and email to the consultant that's helping us.
sure,
and-
but I'm going to Africa on Saturday,
Oh.
and I'll be back in the middle of September.
Okay.
I'm available, though. When I'm in town, I'd love to help.
Yeah, we could have a consultant doing.
Excellent, yeah.
She's from, well, she lives in Dayton.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, on the current schedule, they show the stop on both sides of the street. So it's a mystery where the actual stop is. I'm not sure why they did it that way. So I do have some
Yeah,
thoughts.
it's very, the schedule they have is very, very old. It needs-
Right.
And
And
that's
s-
why it needs to be changed.
And so when you update it, you want to try and make it as good as you
Better.
can?
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's what we're doing.
And so when we get that done, I would like to propose as the next step, once we figure out which stops and where they are, let's geocode them and put them on Google Maps like a real transit agency. Because when you call up Google, it shows bus stops if you put it in there. We have one, and it's the one with no sign in front of the letter. It's not very useful, but you can use that to link to the schedule.
Yeah, they're gonna be connected to GTFS, so it'll do that. But again,
It's
it's a
okay.
process,
It's all
yeah.
good.
Yeah, so I'm glad other people are on that path.
Are we able to access that TFS? or
We
just-
got a grant to do this.
I never got a response.
I mean, I can help with the
You
data,
know what,
it's,
she put in
it's
all
just
the
gonna be,
information.
it's gonna make it
I
so
asked
much
her,
more.
she sent us an email back and asked her if we could access that, but I haven't really gotten a response. So I don't know,
Can you or can you not?
Should be.
access the DGFS, which is where the bus is at all times. So the system's already,
Oh, the tracking,
the tracking.
ah, well, yeah,
If not, then we can possibly add it, if we get a grant for it, add it to the new Rubicon software I just got passed last night. And it does tracking.
well, tracking is a step to a lot of things. Predicted arrivals, you know, it could be good.
All right.
Okay. So,
Anything else?
yeah, I
Thank
just,
you for all your help on this.
oh, you know,
Absolutely.
it took us a while to get going, but I think this is much better than a new brochure.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Because this is something people are gonna pick up and they'll use it.
Do you guys have any?
Any thoughts
Thoughts?
or comments?
This is the first time I see this, so I'd have to take a look at it and.
Yeah,
When is the final
I've never
version?
seen it either.
I've already seen
I
that
think
Steve,
September 9th, she said. and we
Steve
haven't
has a
seen it.
final,
Oh, does he?
well, a real draft, not like this.
Okay, so they
It
printed
looks like that, it looks like that
This
pamphlet.
one.
Okay.
So he has it, I kinda opened it a little bit and looked at it real
Okay,
quick.
yeah, because all I got was the email that she said.
It seems like they do one every year, so we can just do a queue of, you know, like the legend thing, fix it next time.
Right.
This is an improvement.
Well,
Yeah,
it's a
and
lot more than we had before. so-
Yeah, and if we need to make improvements, you know, for ourselves, I mean, maybe, if that's something we could look at and pay for ourselves. too.
Yeah, yeah. So I think doing the homework on the bus schedule and the stop locations is gonna be really important.
Yeah, the bus schedule, definitely.
I know.
needs to be there.
Yeah, okay, so,
For a lot of reasons.
I don't know how they,
The drivers do it, and
Yeah.
And I don't know how the passengers figure it out.
they call.
Yeah,
Do you know what time it's gonna come? And I'm like, okay, what's on, hot to it, but.
yeah. I
Well, you
mean,
know, one of the
once I
things-
look-
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
One of the things is when we did that, bus schedule or worked on that was in 2013. It's way past time for us to have done.
It's a real
nothing.
opportunity to make some improvements, yeah.
And the thing at that point was that there was one person in a wheelchair at that time. And now, on an average day, it's anywhere between 6 and 12.
Really?
Yes,
So accessibility is becoming more of an issue.
well.
Well, more of a use.
Exactly.
They're using the bus more.
Exactly.
Right. I I mean, that's important. I work for the
Well, then you
ADA
have,
too.
you have
Yeah.
to think about when you pick up someone, it's gonna take longer, so the
It
drop the
delays.
It affects the schedule, you have to think about where you stop.
Yep.
Exactly, so where are the bus stops going to be? Now we have a better idea of who the bus is serving.
Right.
When we first started doing this, and we put the schedule together, we knew who was here at that time, but now this has grown so much,
Yeah, and this aging population.
the aging population.
Yeah, we'll be here next week.
It'll be me in a couple months, you know, all of us, it's not just,
Well, yeah, I mean, you just do the best you can, and we just keep making it better.
exactly,
Yep.
so.
And so I'd be happy to, Lorena can give you my number and my email. I'll be back in mid-September. Hit jet lag, and I'd love to engage on this. This would be helpful. Yeah.
Anything else? I know we need to dive into it and look at it more. We can do some sketches or, cross things out as we go.
Absolutely.
As soon as we get it, maybe I can try and get some other real pamphlets. We'll see.
That would be nice, and think of it, like I didn't include every stop. So think about if there's stops that I should have included, and it's a busy man.
Or some that we could have taken off.
Well, that's the thing, I included ones that are likely to not be removed. But number 4, I don't know what to do about that.
Okay. Anything else on this one?
Nope.
All right, item 7, ridership report and other news. Connie?
And here's, well, first of all, I'd like to say this is my first TAC meeting for representing the city of Douglas.
Congratulations.
Thank you. For the past 12 years, I have been with CEGO as a regional mobility manager. And I retired, and the city manager that was there retired as well. So they asked me if I could help them until they find someone. So that's why I came on board to help them through their transition period. And, but as you see, I've got May, June, and July ridership. It's, May was at 2,358 riders. June was at 2,055. And that drop is basically because of the school, the college not
Yeah.
being up and running. But July, they started back up, starting to register, and we got a little bit more movement, and we're back up to 2137.
Yeah. So August should be even better. Back
Absolutely.
up.
I feel
Back
like
in school.
they're back in school and they're starting to move again, but we still have the same drivers, Jesus, Rodolfo, and well, Alfredo's no longer there.
Oh,
He's no longer there, so we have whomever is available on that day to come is who's coming, but we've always tried to keep the same ones on.
And have we hired, you haven't been able to hire anybody?
We haven't been able to
Okay.
hire anyone because unfortunately, a lot of them don't have a CDL, people don't have a CDL, and the ones that have a CDL, unfortunately, we're probably one of the areas that has got the lowest pay for CDL drivers. And so that leads, they come in and apply, interview, and then when they find out the pay, then they say, oh, I'm going to Tucson.
What is the, if you don't mind me asking, the entry level?
17,
Okay.
Ooh,
it starts at 17.
oh,
I
man,
mean,
that's low these days.
it's not,
It's not.
I mean, it's higher than Bisbee's.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's probably one of the lowest areas
Yeah.
for.
Like the city of Buckeye, a lot of their employees, they're starting now, their entry level is 22 something an hour.
In
They
In
just-
LA, McDonald's workers just went up to 20.
And 25, and in Tucson, they started 25.
Yeah,
So-
it's crazy.
That's a huge difference.
I mean, yeah, this minimum wage is really helping us.
So,
Anyways.
but we're trying, I've got a new person starting on Monday, and basically I had sort of earmarked her for Bisbee. I think she's gonna be a good addition to our team. She is presently working her way through her 2-week notice now, and she works for one of the charter schools in Douglas. So she does have, not past training, but she knows passenger assistance. And she can handle a wheelchair and has all of that. She already has her fingerprint clearance card, her background check, everything. She checked off all the marks, and so we quickly,
Sounds promising.
yes, so she's starting on Monday. And I'm hoping that she will become one of the Bisbee drivers, because she has, the other ones is sort of burnt out, and so I want someone new that can come in and learn and get acclimated to the community and wanna stay,
Yeah.
with us.
You know, one thing that is interesting is our personnel director, we had posted a position for that. And she would randomly, different times, email Douglas, HR personnel director, and was not getting anything back. She's like, I don't know if I need to keep it posted or drop it or what. So after, I think last month, or middle of last month, whatnot, I said, at the time I had thought, because I'd seen a different driver, but it wasn't, but said, well, if you haven't heard anything, I guess you can put it down. But nobody was getting back with her to let her know. So.
Oh, yeah, no, I've asked her to call me, and then I'll.
I don't know who her contact was.
Probably it must have been when Humberto must have left, and there was a void there. But if she'll contact me and we can keep in touch, if you have anyone that's interested, that's what we'd like, for it to be someone from the community that knows the area well enough to be able to provide the service.
Do you provide CDL training if they've got all the other?
Cochise College, we work very closely with Cochise College,
Okay.
and we would be willing to assist them with the cost of the training. But the problem is that a lot of what we have in Douglas are monolingual Spanish, and they're not gonna go to school to get a CDL.
It's too late.
Yeah, and so that's a concern as well.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanna get her over here, because I know that in Douglas I need more Spanish speaking.
Yes.
And so she's bilingual and she's.
Perfect.
But if you come across someone that is looking, definitely, you let me know. Cause I mean, we can certainly use another person.
Okay.
So, any questions on the reports? And one of them is, should I give you the Cochise Connection as well. This is Bisbee, this is on Bisbee. Okay, and she didn't give me a connection report, so I owe that to you. Just Bisbee,
Yeah.
okay?
All right, any questions for Tony? All right, we'll move on to item 9, comments of board members. Do we have any comments?
Oh, those things I just did.
Okay.
So update the schedule and then geocode the stops would be, and address stop 4.
Any other comments? Okay. Any future agenda items? I think we'll keep the brochure on the agenda.
For a final, yeah.
Yep, definitely. And then anything else? What we can do is give an update on the disposal as well.
Of the grant, yeah.
And I guess on the grant too.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Any other future agenda items? All right, I will take a motion for adjournment.
I'll motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion to adjourn in a second. All in favor?
I
Aye.
All right, that is the end of our tech meeting. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Angel.
Thank you.